Dog is the newest Channing Tatum dog movie about man's best friend. Now, I gotta thank Elevation Pictures for sending me and my girlfriend to the premiere in downtown Vancouver, where there were service dogs and a ton of dog treats to be handed out to people, and it was just a really fun time, and it was on Valentine's Day. But I gotta say that the most entertaining part of the night and most entertaining part of the entire experience was that one of the service dogs was actually in the movie, and I mean, I don't know what that dog ate, but it just couldn't stop farting. And the entire theater was just chuckling along. So, I mean, say what you will about the movie, but that was the highlight of the night. I mean, my girlfriend and I were just pissing ourselves laughing. But let's talk about the actual movie. I was lucky enough to see this film early, and I'm gonna give you my quick thoughts right now. Hey guys, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic, and today I'm going to give you my honest, no BS, non-spoiler review for Dog and let you know if it's worth a watch today. If you're new here, hit like and subscribe, and if you really want to support the channel, then come follow me on Patreon and join the exclusive family, and go follow my partners at Movie Scene Canada as well. Links are down below in the description. So, we have Dog from first-time directors Channing Tatum and Reid Carolin. And it stars Channing Tatum, Emmy Raver-Lampman, Kevin Nash, and Jane Addams, and is about a soldier bringing a dog across the country to its owner's funeral. So, is Dog worth a watch? I can only really recommend this movie to extreme dog lovers who don't normally watch a lot of movies. Yes, it's a very select group of people. So, for general audiences and for movie buffs, I'm gonna say no. But I do think that this movie does have a select audience, and it's a pretty small group of people. So I was at my family's place the other day, and they were asking me about different premieres I've been to recently, and I talked about this one, and they said, oh, well, what's the movie about? And I told them, well, Channing Tatum plays this ex-military soldier who has brain trauma, and to get back into the military, he's tasked with bringing this dog, who also has trauma from war, down to his owner's funeral in Arizona, and then of course after the funeral, the dog is going to be put down, but of course Channing Tatum will be back into the military. Gee, what do you think's going to happen? And again, my family had not seen any trailers, hadn't even heard of the movie until I told them, and they told me verbatim the entire plot of the movie. So this movie isn't giving you any twists and turns, it's very predictable. So that's why I say if you haven't seen a lot of movies, then I would say that this movie is for you. You know, my family has been watching movies their entire lives, so they were able to guess the entire story with just that one little synopsis. But I understand it. There are only so many stories you can tell, and especially with a dog movie, you basically understand what you're gonna get. So you're gonna hope that you're gonna see some funny moments, some heartfelt moments, you get some good chemistry between the owner and the dog, some good performances here and there. It's heartfelt, it's cute, it's harmless, and I mean, that's what we get with Dog too. There are some moments where I chuckled in the movie, right? Like you see it in the trailer where Channing Tatum pretends to be blind so that he can get this really expensive room, and then the dog can actually sleep on this bed that he's been really wanting to sleep on, like a really extravagant king-size bed, a real soft one. And that made me laugh a few times. But there are also some moments that I found to be extremely awkward, and I know that the filmmakers were really thinking, oh, this is gonna get the entire audience laughing. It was awkward. You know, Channing Tatum is trying to have a threesome with these two like hippie liberals, and they're all about like, let's just cleanse your energy, while the dog is barking in the car. It's just weird. And then of course, along the way, he runs into these two hippie psychics who also grow weed, and it's just very odd. So some of the funny moments did land, but some of them unfortunately did not. However, Channing Tatum is charismatic, he is a good actor, and he has some good chemistry with the dog, Lulu. And overall, this movie definitely did feel genuine. It wasn't like ham-fisted, it wasn't cheesy, and it does bring up, you know, the bond between man's best friend and man, of course, you know, and how trauma works in the war and everything like that. So again, it's not just a simple, I'm down on my luck and I just need a dog best friend, right? Like, so the dog has trauma and the soldier has trauma, and that there's a really special bond between those two. So that was nice to see. But one element of the movie that I definitely did not like is that I felt it got weirdly political. And again, I really don't like talking about this, so I apologize, but I felt woke messaging and anti-woke messaging in the movie. Right, so he's driving through Portland, and I've never actually been inside of Portland, but I've driven through it a couple times, but I know what the city's really known for, right? Like, it's a very liberal city, you know, keep Portland weird, and he's trying to pick up a woman at a bar to get laid, and she's talking about how it's like, oh, well, how do you feel about fighting for this really oppressive government and, you know, being in the military complex, and like, okay, what does this have to do with anything? And they're making fun of, you know, hippies and chakras and I'm sensing energy and smoking weed. And, you know, there's this one guy who's getting mad at Channing Tatum for keeping his dog locked in the car, and it's like, you damn redneck, you know, you're the problem with this country. But then when he goes down to San Francisco, Lulu attacks a man because, again, I'm not going to spoil it, but, quote, she's trained to attack certain people. But that leads to Channing Tatum and the dog going to jail for the night, and Bill Burr is the cop, but of course he's racist, and he says, oh, this is woking class America, and oh, good job for you sending the dog for that, I won't say this word on camera, I will get, you know, demonetized immediately. But there's a lot of weird political undertones, sometimes they're overtones, and, you know, they're making fun of just a bunch of different people. It just feels very random, and it feels very unnecessary. And I know that a lot of people are going to be complaining about that in the comment section and, you know, on forums about this movie. So it's just unnecessary. And Channing Tatum does have a family who he is no longer a part of, but he wants to be a part of. But honestly, I feel like you could have just cut that. It's unnecessary. So overall, I enjoyed my time with Dog. Again, it's probably just a one-time watch for me. I'm gonna give this movie a 2 out of 5. Again, it's cute, it's harmless, but again, this movie doesn't really have anything in it for me to go, you gotta see this movie. You know, we've seen movies where a dog and a man become best friends, and I don't know. Again, it's nice to see the trauma angle with war too, but still, it doesn't do anything that special. It's cute, it's harmless. If you're a dog lover, you should like this movie, but only if you haven't seen a lot of movies before. Again, it's a very small margin of people who I can recommend this movie to. So those are my thoughts on Dog. I would love to know yours. Leave them down in the comment section down below, and thank you so much for sticking with me to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. If you liked it and you want to see more videos just like this, then hit like and subscribe, and please join me on Patreon. We have a great community there consisting of these lovely people right here. Follow me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at BrandoCritic, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.